Well, good morning, good morning. It's Tuesday, and it's Coffee with Casper time. Almost Coffee with Casper time. Here's the Casper. He heard us talk about it. And we're inside today, not because the weather's all so terrible, but because the property adjacent to ours is being cleared. So there's a bunch of weed whackers buzzing away outside. So we thought we'd come inside to see you guys this morning. So let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. We're getting ready for Coffee with Casper. I got my coffee here. I got Casper here. Big day, big week here. There we go. Good morning from Palm Desert, Candace. Thank you for your help yesterday with the poster. Very cool. Good morning from San Clemente, Arlen. Nice to see you this morning. Nice to be seen. All righty. Well, from Moore Park, California, it's the Reverend Tricia is with us this morning. Good to see you this morning. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. All righty. We're going to gong ourselves in about 30 seconds or so. 8:30 is our start time, and we're going to spend our 20 minutes together. There we go. Because that's how we roll. That's how we roll. Alrighty, there it is, 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in. We're going to spend these 20 minutes together. So remember, the gong is just a symbol. It's a symbol of the idea that we are creating a vibration, and that vibration is running, moving from us, emanating from us, and returning through the law of the circle as the multi-dimensional aspects of our own being. Good morning, Misty Grant from North Carolina. Nice to see you. Good morning, Becky from South Carolina. We got the Carolinas here. All right, let's everybody take a big, deep breath in. At the end of that breath, we're going to let out the sound, ah. Here we go. And you see the way that you strike the gong. That was a little harsh strike. So that the way that we work with our own tone, right, is going to affect what's happening in our experience, right? All right, so another big deep breath in. That was a nice, and we're going to bring our energy up into our heart center. And I'm Harry Morgan Moses, and welcome to Coffee with Casper. Good morning, Reverend Dr. Angelica Jane Taggart is with us from Eureka. She has found it. Aloha, and from Hawaii. We got finally getting into short sleeve weather here, and as you know, I got a nice collection of Hawaiian shirts, so we expect to see those over the summer as we unfold. So we are glad everybody's here this morning. What a week we have coming up. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. Juneteenth, of course, is the celebration, the recognition that after Abraham Lincoln's proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation, it took a while for everybody to be freed. So Juneteenth was the day that the last of slavery ended in Texas, and it's also known as Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, or Black Independence Day. But whatever it is, it's a symbol of a great release of one of the horrible atrocities of mankind, which was slavery. And so we celebrate that. The next day is June 20th, which is here in North America, is the start of the summer, is the beginning of the summer solstice. And that happens in Pacific time around 1:50 on the 20th. And that goes all the way into the 22nd, 21st and 22nd. And on the 22nd, there's a full moon. So it's a powerful announcement of summer. And so hey, from Arizona, nice to see you. Hey, Dave from chilly Boise, huh? Yeah, weather is different all over the country. Here in Southern California, fires have already started. As you know, we had tremendous amount of rain. So there's a lot of foliage, and that makes it precarious as the weather dries out and the winds start to blow. So we're going to know peace everywhere. In fact, that's really what we're talking about. If you saw the poster said, "Summertime, let's make it easy," right? And that, of course, comes from the famous song, Summertime and the Living is Easy. And the line from that song is, summertime and the living is easy, and one of these mornings you're going to rise up and sing, and you'll spread your wings, and you'll take to the sky. One of these mornings you're going to rise up and sing, and you'll spread your wings and take to the sky. So basically that's the celebration of summer and the fact that we can decide to make it easy. You can come on this side. You're coming the wrong way. You want to come up again? Come on. Come on. You can come up. No, boy. Just don't bang your head. We're inside today. It's different. It's different. So what I wanted to talk to you about is how to, here in the United States, and we recognize there are people from all over the world that tune in and see Coffee with Casper. We've been doing it for 4 years, every Tuesday, and of course it runs 24/7 on Facebook and on YouTube. So we invite you to share it wherever you can if you find something valuable in our time together. And we're just encouraging other light workers to remind themselves what they already know, to sort of tune ourselves in so that we can turn up the light, because God knows in this time of transformation in our world, we need a lot of light. And if it's going to happen to the human being, it's going to happen through the human being. If it's going to happen to the human race, it's going to happen through the human race. So that means that each of us... Good morning, Mark, and from Atascadero. Nice to see you guys this morning. Mark and Kai, good to see you. Glad to see the family growing so beautifully. So this brings to mind, how do we get past all of the struggle? How do we get past all of the discord and all of the disagreement? And it calls to mind a poem from the Sufi mystic Rumi, who was in the 1300s. Well, he was in the 1200s, but lived in the 13th century. In what is the Persian Empire, he came from the greater Khorasan area, which is part of the greater Iran. But he was a very mystical poet and captured a lot of the beauty of Meister Eckhart of that same century before, who said the soul has two faces, one gazing at the glory of God, the other communicating to the senses, trying to help us to see who we really are. And what we know is that is the I am that I am. We can tune that in with the line we talk about all the time, which was, we came from the light, we put on a coat of skins, and we'll return to the light. And so here is the poem. He says, out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. Out beyond the ideas of who's right and who's wrong, there is a field, and I will meet you there. When the soul lays down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. So beyond the strife, beyond humanity's willingness to live in separation consciousness, is the dawning of the realization that there's only one life. That same life is everywhere present in, as, and through all creation. One of my grandchildren, who's now 8, or turns 8 this summer, said, what is God, Grandpa? And I said, well, God is everything and everyone, and in and as and through everything you'll ever see, touch, know, experience. It's all God. As Walter Starkey, our great friend and spiritual leader, teacher, said, in his book, It's All God, from the flowers to the fertilizer, everything is an emanation of the life force itself. And built into it, because in the beginning that intelligence was everywhere present, built into the evolving human being is the awareness of what we call the other, it's called the other side of the field of wrongdoing. Out beyond your ideas of right and wrong, there's a field, and I will meet you there. And so how do we get to that unfield? And what is really essential right now? Good morning, Carol from Whittier. Nice to see you this morning. What is really essential right now is that those of us who are aware of unity consciousness, that everything is the same, that energy and matter are equal and interchangeable, need to bring that intelligence, which is our soul gazing at the infinite good and the infinite glory of the infinite Father, Mother, Creator, Source, God, whatever you want to call source, to bring that reality that is already planted within us forward. Now, how does the human being do that? And the answer is through consciousness. The sum total of everything you think, say, do, and feel creates your consciousness. Your consciousness is that tone that is emanating into the law of the circle or the law of mind and returning to you and me as the multiple dimensional aspects of our own existence, right? So what we're learning right now, you and I who have been aware of the unity of all life, been aware of our direct relationship with Source, the I am that I am, aware that the I am that I am is the same I am in every soul on the planet, regardless of their level of conscious awareness at the moment. Everyone is on the path, as Ernest Holmes, the philosopher from the last century, said, when the pile is complete, we're all going to be in it. There's room in this house for all, and everybody will get to that field where we can, soul lies down in the grass and the world is too full to talk about, to be in the ecstasy of bliss. Even Joseph Campbell, from the few decades ago, reminded everybody that in his essays, his interviews with Bill Boyer, the ultimate goal of life is to learn how to tolerate your bliss, which means you have to discover your bliss. You have to know that out beyond your struggles, whether they be in health, wealth, love, or purpose, it doesn't matter. Those are just the places where our attention is brought to, so that we know how to see through the mist into the eternal and changeless reality, as it says, right? So as Dr. Holmes reminded us, this is the goal of humanity. And this is what our awareness is all about. We become aware of the one. We become aware of the law of the circle, the law of mind. We become aware that thoughts become things. Thoughts combined with the total of our understanding become our experience, right? So we begin to stand porter, as Mary Baker Eddy said, we begin to stand porter at the door of thought, be mindful of where our thoughts are going, be mindful where we might be participating in the struggles and in the duality and in the separation, and find our way through prayers and meditation and through right attitude to bring ourselves to the place where beyond all of this struggle, beyond all of this disagreement, beyond all of the different points of view, there is a field where bliss is, where reality is, where what Jesus the Master Teacher called the kingdom of heaven, behold, it is at hand. It is already here. So how do we deal with that? So in this country, if you're in the United States and reading newspapers or hearing the news or watching the news, you're seeing this tremendous divisiveness, all of which is leaving us heading toward the November elections in this country with some trepidation. And what can we as light workers do about that? We can go to the field, out beyond the ideas of right and wrong, and there is a field and I will meet you there. And in that field, the soul lies down in the grass, and we go beyond words, and we become lovers of life, lovers of the world, lovers of beingness itself, right? Suchness, as the Buddhists call it, right? So what we're really learning is how, and this is basically, the term has been used, visualization, but it's more than visualization, because you not only need to get the images or ideas of that place where things are harmonious, you have to get in touch with the feeling nature of that thing. So here in the United States, again, what we know is the ideas on which this country is based are based on sacred ideas that don't belong to this country. They belong everywhere in the world. That freedom is your birthright. The opportunity to pursue happiness is your right. The opportunity to live your own way is your right. The opportunity to discover your own uniqueness is your right. And that's called freedom. And so we are drawn together by ideas much different than political ideologically or sides of the fence. We belong together in a much deeper idea, which calls humanity to life, liberty, and equal justice for all. a Juneteenth celebration, an emancipation that needs to go like wildfire, as T.L. Desjardins said. When love is really discovered, it'll be like the discovery of fire for the first time, right? When we really know what unconditional love is and how we can give it and how we can get in touch with it, and then bring that love into our daily interactions in the most ordinary ways. This is the power that we have as individuals to bring forth that unity consciousness, that Christ consciousness, that Buddha awareness, that soul awareness of the I am that I am the way, the light, and the truth, and I am getting in touch with that I am, that I may see through the polarities and bring forth a deeper peace, that I may see through the separations and bring forth a deeper love, that I may step past the ideas of right and wrong doing and bring forth a deeper love. So what we would do is we would see, for example, is the 4th of July celebrations in this country, which is celebrating the Declaration of Independence, that we would see those ideas as universal and include all people in them. That we would go not just for the United States, life, liberty, and justice for all. We would know that that's the truth for everybody, and that freedom can be discovered, that we can release the ideas of kings and dictators and move into a place where we value each and every soul, and each and every soul counts, and each and every soul can be counted, yeah? So how do we do that? Well, we begin to say, well, how would it be if everybody on that side of the fence and everybody on this side of the fence saw a greater idea and got in touch with that greater vision and then lived with that greater vision, not our separations and different disagreements, but the higher level, every race, color, creed, way of being, honored. And then we can go to a place where we can feel into that, and we can begin to visualize that reality as coming into play in our daily lives, in our society's daily lives, in our neighborhood's daily lives, in your personal circle, wheel upon wheel, generation upon generation, because we're coming into a higher order of being, right? And we're not there yet, and you and I, even as we rise up and have those moments of bliss and moments of clarity, we see that we also fall down. But that's okay. The Paris Olympics are coming up. So we rather see than the divisiveness among nations, we see the celebration of the great human spirit in all nations, in all people. And we see the victory of the Paris Olympics as being filled with peace and joy and celebration and unity, right? We see past elections into a deeper belonging of all nations and all people in the world order. We see past the wars in the Middle East and in Russia and wherever the aggression is happening. We see past it, where we can see peaceful leaders and just people beginning to step into leadership at every level and calling forth from all the generations now. Now we have a whole new time to be alive, awake, and aware in the world, right? But you and I as light workers in the world, and everybody who sees this broadcast and pays attention to this stream, reminding themselves of the greatness of the I am that I am, stepping past our small selves and into this deeper convening, right? This deeper convening of the unity consciousness in the world, so that we begin to see that everybody is making a tone, and those tones can eventually come together in harmony, tones layering upon each other, creating a vibration that humanity steps in to the new dimensions of being, to a world awakening to its magnificence, right? But we begin to go there already in our hearts and in our visualizations, because if we fall down into the war consciousness or into the argument consciousness or into the my idea is better than yours, we're not past the field of right and wrong doing, where the soul lies down in the grass and the world is too full to talk about, right? Where the language of silence is the language of love and the expression of that love in the world for all people. And that means we have a ways to go. But we as light workers signed up for this. I am the one who came from the light in order to help awaken humanity to its magnificence. And I am doing that to the best of my ability every day. And I am going past the world of form and into the place of source, of connection and belonging, and bringing that connection and belonging into the world. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. Who you are is something magnificent. Let's bring it into the world. I will not be with you next week. I'm going to be celebrating another journey around the sun on planet Earth with my family, and we'll be back in 2 weeks live. In the meanwhile, these videos are 24/7 available. These ideas are available through Coffee with Casper and other wonderful teachers in the world. Let's bring our light forward. Let it shine. If you want to reach out to me, just go to newthought.com. There's an email address in there. Click on that. If you want to discuss anything, if you want to send birthday greetings, whatever. And or you want me to bring up a subject that we haven't covered maybe in these 4 years. There's a lot going on in the awakening world, and there's a lot of work for us as light workers to do, and it can be joyous and powerful and meaningful and creative because of you. Because who you are is something wonderful. So until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Let us lay in the grass of the field beyond wrong and right doing, and surrender to the glory that is life itself, the life force in you, and in me, and in every soul, and in all creation. Thanks for sharing. Share this video wherever you can, and we'll see you live in 2 weeks. In the meantime, you might be catching me anytime in the internet world of streaming. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys live next time in 2 weeks from now. Till then, have a great summer. Happy summertime. Make the living easy. Have a great day. Have a great summer. Have a great solstice. Have a great Juneteenth. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, we'll look forward. That'll be July 2nd. Bye now.